Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at John Wick from Mafex Toys, number 70. They always number their figures. Right now we're just getting a good view of the figure box, in the box. This box, when it came to me, the box was a little messed up. I don't know why. Maybe it got crushed. I have no idea why. As you can see, the top of it is just a little, it's sticking up here. You'll see it more when it turns around. But yes, it was released by Mafex Studios, or I'm sorry, not Studios, just Mafex Toys, number 70. This was released in 2019. This is the John Wick from the first movie. He is wearing the suit that he wears when he first goes to the club to, when he finally gets suited all up to go to the club to take down the people that he needs to take down. I believe it's Vigo's son. So yeah, it's a nice figure. Mafex, I believe Mafex and Mezco Toys, their figures are a little bit smaller than normal, so they're not exactly 7 inches like most action figures nowadays. Very nice box artwork. So yeah, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take the figure off the turntable and do the unboxing. Alrighty everyone, so let's do the unboxing here. Like I said, the back was already, it's kind of messed up here. As you can see, it's just kind of popping up. I have opened this figure before. Like I said, most of my figures I open up to kind of get a better view of the figure, see what it comes with. That way I'm not going in blind and I'm not talking just out the side of my neck to think like pretty much articulation. I know what articulation he has and things like that. So anyway, opening the figure up. This is going to be a little bit weird just because it's still, there we go. I believe the plastic inside is warped. That's why this whole box is just weird. So there's a stand. It comes with this stand. I'll go over here shortly. This stand actually came in plastic, but right now I just have it in there. It was in plastic. Set that aside here. And here he is. Comes with nice accessories, which we'll go over here shortly. It comes with the head sculpt. The figure looks very nice. So let me set them down. There we go. So what we're going to do now is take the figure out, all the accessories, and take a look at everything that the figure comes with. Alrighty everyone, so this is it. This is everything the figure comes with. As you saw when I was doing the unboxing, he does come with quite a few things, which I can appreciate. The first thing we'll look over is just he comes with a clear dynamic stand. This is actually very, very posable. He has movement right here. Not he, but the stand itself. Movement right there, which also turns 360, and it opens and closes, to clamp the figure. The base of the stand itself has 3 different pegs, so you can actually peg them completely different. You can actually peg it right here, like so. Give me a second. Oh, there we go. And so you can actually make them do some very, very nice dynamic poses, which I can really appreciate. Let's see. Let's go over. He has an extra head sculpt. This one is the more bloody head sculpt. The other one, he's a little bit more clean, when he's barely going to the club. This one actually towards the end. Looking at the head sculpt himself, if you're just looking at the figure, you never knew who it was, maybe you might still be able to, let me just put it this way. I do think for it being a small head sculpt, you still know it's Keanu Reeves, it's John Wick. So I think they did a pretty nice job as far as the head sculpt. The hair is actually nicely done. They did a lot of detail on this. Mafex, they're not cheap. The figure is actually very detailed and articulated, so that figure is not a cheap toy. But we'll get over, go over that here shortly. He does come with his handgun that he always uses. I do believe this handgun is the Heckler and Koch. I do believe it does also have like the Match 1 suppressor up here. So this is just a gun that he always uses. It might actually not also be the Heckler and the H and K. It might be the P30L, but I'm pretty sure it's the H and K with the Match 1 suppressor up here. I had somebody actually ask me, not in the comments, just a buddy of mine asked me how I knew so much about the guns that, you know, most of my figures come with. I do a lot of research. I was in the military myself. I'm a big you know, gun guy myself, so I do a lot of research. So anyway, the unfortunate side with this figure as opposed to the other John Wick that we reviewed is that this one, they did not put no weathering whatsoever. It's just plain black plastic, just the gun. It does come with a small Glock. Now, as far as if it's a Glock 22, a Glock, you know, 17, Glock 8, I know it's not a Glock 18 because a Glock 18 is actually a full size because it's fully automatic. But it's a subcompact Glock. I do believe this is the one that he uses on his ankle. Very small. Not detailed, just regular plastic. He does have the I want to say Cohair arms, the CA415. It's an assault rifle. Does have the nice little sling, which I can appreciate. You know, some people don't, or it's not some people, some companies don't put it with the sling, and I can appreciate that this one came with the sling. I'm not sure if it came with the sling in the movie. It's something I would have to look into, but I do appreciate that, you know, that he can, I guess, sling his weapon when he's not using it. I do actually want to say that this one, he does have a sling, because I do believe he was using it and then he stopped and set it down and he pulled out a handgun and started shooting. So I do believe this one came with the sling. Again, there's no weathering, just plain black plastic. But you can tell that it has the, you know, the forward hand grip, you know, the magazine here. It's very, very detailed, but there's no weathering to it. And then finally, he you know, not still, but he has the Kel-Tec shotgun, which it looks like it's a double barrel. But I do believe, now that I'm kind of looking into it, I don't think it's a double barrel. I actually think it's a double. He carries more capacity of the shotgun shells. So I do believe that when you put him on here, you're filling up 2 tubes. So when he's actually, you know, cocking the slide back, it's going from one side and then the other, and so you can actually use a lot more. Very nice shotgun. In real life, it's kind of expensive. Again, it comes with the sling, which is very nice, actually, that it comes with the sling. I don't know if it did have it or not. Again, it's just plain plastic. No weathering whatsoever. And then he comes with a set of arms, I'm sorry, hands. Kind of like relaxed hands. They're not really that detailed. You can tell where the nails are at. There's no veins. They're not very detailed. It just like almost looks like it's one plain color, and it's just molded plain plastic color. Although one thing I do, like I said, these 2 hands are actually the relaxed grip. But I do want to say one thing though, is they actually added his ring. I don't know if you guys can tell here. I know the lighting's kind of messed up a little bit. It's too bright. I'm working on that. There we go. It's a good view. They actually included his ring in all his hands with the ring. This is one where, you know, the gripping. So I believe only one hand came with the trigger finger, and this is the gripping one. So I do believe this one actually, when he's using it, he just grips, you know, grips onto that. Also, they include the ring on this as well. And I do believe that the other 2 are just closed fist. I just bumped his face. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're closed fist hands. Nothing big, nothing major. They're all the same. They're all just one plain color, no details, but you can see the ring on all of them. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take all this stuff he comes with and bring out John Wick and take a closer look. Alrighty, everyone, here he is, John Wick. Now, going from this head sculpt to the other head sculpt, I do want to say that the other head sculpt, you can tell it's Keanu Reeves more than this one. I'm going to actually bring up the camera just a little bit, so I can actually bring the figure up close and we can actually look at the figure a lot better. There we go, see? So yeah, this one, I don't know. This head sculpt, I just don't like it. You can't. I mean, yeah, you know it's supposed to be Keanu Reeves. You know it's supposed to be John Wick, but the head sculpt on this one, no, I don't like it. I like the other one a lot better. I like the clean look. Because so what I don't like what they did is that they gave him a nice, very nice black suit with the clean, he's clean right now. But if you put the other head sculpt, it's like only his face got messed up and not his suit. So it doesn't really make sense to me. That's why I have the clean look on him. But as far as the suit goes, the suit is just very, I mean, obviously it's just plain black. It's all black, but you can see he has a tie. The tie is, moves a little bit. His coat is actually soft rubber, so you can actually move it. And they did that for the articulation. I did want to say that he was wearing a watch, but now that I look at it, no. You can see where his cuffs are at. You can see where the buttons are at. You can actually tell a lot with this figure. They put a lot of detail in this figure. I mean, look at this small detail. You have his undershirt with the cuff, and then you have his coat with the buttons. That's just an amazing detail that they put onto this figure. You can see his belt, and I do believe there's nothing around his belt. It's just a regular belt. He has no clips, no magazines, no holsters, nothing around his belt or his waist. The pants, nice. He likes them. I believe he said he liked them tailored. Was it not even tailored, but when they come down close. I'm not a big fan of suits, so I'm not. I don't really know what they're called when you actually have them, nice and not all baggy at the bottom. And the shoes are nice and shiny. Although the only thing that I really don't like about the boots, or I don't know, I'm pretty sure they're not even boots. They're just regular shoes. They look kind of pointy. Like when I'm standing him up, they go upward, and I don't like that actually. I know some dress shoes do kind of have like that little upward angle to them, but these just look like, I don't even think that this one has it as that much, but this one, it kind of has that like upward look to it, and I believe that's just a defect. Let me see if I can get it better. There you go. Yeah, see, this one has that like upward, and it's not something you can move. His whole shoe is just completely together. Although now that I'm kind of looking, I know it's not. It's actually, I'm going to be able to fix that later. I just noticed that there is movement at the, see? I never noticed that. I thought it was just one whole thing. This one just doesn't move because there's a piece of plastic right here that I need to remove in order to move it, which I will do after this video. But overall, this figure is very, very nicely detailed. It's a very nice figure to have with your collections of John Wick if you're a huge fan of John Wick like I am. And before I go on to articulation, I'm going to bring this down because I know it's kind of looking like this. There we go. I'm going to bring that down, and I'm going to get the tape measure so we can get a height, which I did not forget this time. He stands a little bit over 6 inches. He stands like 6 1/8. So now he's pretty much an inch short of most figures. So what we're going to do next is get this figure and go over articulation. Alrighty folks, so going over articulation, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to move the camera, because right now it's pointing, it's very close to him, and if I try to do the articulation, I'm going to be hitting the ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera upward and just downward just a little bit, and get the figure so we can get a little bit better view. So as you can see, before I go any further, I would always change out the lens. And now if I bring this figure up close, you can't see, it's blurry. Even my finger kind of looks kind of blurry. Now when I have the other lens on, when you go up close, you can actually see it a little bit more detailed, but the further you back up, a lot better. So anyway, so going over articulation, I do see he has 360 view and sideways view. No, I'm sorry, not sideways, but he moves side to side, front, back, at the base of his neck. So it's pretty much his head, and also the neck turns it does not turn 360, but it does turn and has a ball joint. So there's a ball joint at the base of his neck and at the top of his neck where his head is. So it gives him a very nice, just flexibility when it comes to his movement. So that's very, very nice. I can really appreciate that they did that to this figure. He does have a butterfly joint actually at his shoulder, so there is a butterfly joint there. His arm does go 360 degrees, but it kind of has to go a little bit sideways because of the suit right here. So he does go 360 degrees. There's no movement. Actually, as a matter of fact, too, not only is it a butterfly joint, but you can actually go up and down. Wow, that's very nice. I never noticed that. There's no movement whatsoever. I'm gonna actually bring it down so I'm not, rubbing against it for now. There's no movement whatsoever at the bicep. There is a double joint at the elbow, so he can actually go higher than 90 degrees. There's a single ball joint at the wrist, so obviously he can go down, goes up, and it turns 360 degrees. It's very nice actually. As you can see here, he does have movement at the torso, so he can go forward about there, and he goes back at the torso, kind of far back actually. That's actually very nice. Let's see, the 360 degree turn at the waist. His legs. Oh wow, he go wow. Okay, so he goes higher than I'm pushing it just a little bit. He goes higher than 90 degrees. That's amazing. The downside to that, when you look at the back, you can see the really bad joint there. But that's very, very impressive. You know what it is? It's actually, you can bring it down like this. See? So that's why he can all the way up. Wow, that's amazing detail that they have right there. There's no movement at the thigh like some figures. There's only... No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Put it right in the camera. I do want to say there's a double... You can actually tell that there's a double bend at the knee, but because of the suit, I think it hinders that. So it goes a little bit higher than 90 degrees, but not much. As far as the ankle, there is a lot of... I do believe there's a 360 degree turn at the ankle, but because of the suit pants, we'll just say the pants, you can't turn it. But there is very nice movement. You go side to side, you go back, and you go forward. And also, this figure, I believe, is one of the very few, or one of the first I've done, that actually has the toes that move. Very, very nice. This figure is very, very well articulated. I do believe Mafex are known to have very articulated and very detailed figures. Like I said in a previous video before, Mafex is kind of pricey, but you pay for what you get. If you pay $20 for a figure, which most figures are about $30 now, most 7-inch figures, they're nice. They come kind of detailed, but they're not the most detailed, and they're not very articulated. So anyway, so what we're gonna do now, since you guys, I've been doing a lot of comparisons with Toy Biz. I don't have many Toy Biz. The only Toy Biz I have is Carnage and the Punisher, and I don't want to keep doing comparisons of Toy Biz, Punisher, or Carnage to these figures, because they're not in the same realm. They're not the same. It's comic book and this is an actual movie. So the Toy Biz ones, they only stand about 5 inches anyway. They're only right there. So what I'm going to do instead of bringing out a whole bunch of figures that don't really compare to this one, I'm just going to bring out the John Wick that I already reviewed. So that's what I'm going to do next. Alrighty, folks. So like I said previously, I'm not going to bring out a whole bunch of figures to do reviews. If I have a few John Wicks that I already reviewed, I'll do a side-by-side comparison. But I'm not going to start bringing out like a Toy Biz that's Carnage that has nothing to do with the height, because I've went over the height of Toy Biz figures a lot of times. So we know the height. This one, he's about 6 1/8, and the other one's going to be 4 inches, so he stands right about here. So that's my plan from now on. I don't want to keep putting a whole bunch of figures side to side that don't have to do with each other. If I review a figure and I've reviewed similar figures, that, you know, that have to do with the same movie, the same series, something like that, then yeah, I'll put them together so we can do a review and a comparison with each other. So the only one that I reviewed so far is a Diamond Select John Wick from, you know, the first movie, and this is him right here. Diamond Select are actually very tall figures. They stand a little bit over 7 inches. This is the John Wick from when he first gets suited up at his apartment. When he first figures out who killed his dog and stole his car, he gets very, you know, dressed up, and this is what he's wearing, the white shirt. And I've actually noticed, I know when I actually reviewed this figure, his tie was always sticking out. Now it's actually doing a lot better. So yes, that's the John Wick from Diamond Select, and this is the John Wick from the same movie. This is just when he gets, you know, dressed and goes to the club to go find Vigo's son. So there he is, you know, side to side. You can tell a really big difference. Mafex all have really short figures, but they're very detailed. Diamond Select, they're not the most expensive figures. They're a little bit higher than most figures, but not much. And as you can see, the detail, you can actually tell that this is Keanu Reeves a lot more than that one. Although as far as it comes to articulation, this one beats him 100%. This one does a 360 turn. Actually, I don't know. Wow, you know what? Before I go any further, I usually do a quick side-by-side comparison. There you go. Let's move on to the next thing. But no, I don't know. This one has. Okay, so I'm gonna set this figure aside. I've never done this before in my videos. I'm gonna do this right now because it's very interesting to me. So this one does not have the movement at the neck, but he does have the movement at the head up here. He doesn't have the butterfly joint right here, but he does have the movement at the bicep, and this one doesn't. This one doesn't have the butterfly, and this one does. They both have a double bend at the elbow. They both have a single ball joint at the wrist. They both have a torso movement. They both have no, I'm sorry, this one does not. They both have torso movement, but this one does not have waist movement, and this one does. This one has waist movement. As far as the legs, this one you can bring down, and his leg just goes, he can almost do the splits upward. This one stops right here and goes back a lot further than this one does. This one goes back to about there, which I'm not going to go over too much, but this one does have the movement at the thigh, and this one does not. This one has a double, the double bend joint at the knee, which also that one does. I'm sorry, which also this one does, but because this one's suit hinders it doesn't move up that much, and this one actually, I'm pretty sure it does. This one also has a complete movement of the ankle like that one does, except this one does not have the movement at the toes. So that's very interesting how some of them have some sort of movement, the other one doesn't. And this figure is a little bit taller, the face is a little bit sculpted a lot better, and the price range for these are, let's put it this way, you can buy 2 of these for the price of this one. So that's very interesting to me. Very, very interesting to me. Alrighty, everyone. So there he is, John Wick from the first movie, from Mafex Toys, number 70, released in 2019. Very, very great figure. I absolutely love the detail they put in this figure. I love the articulation. Please, if you like the video, please like and share it. If you have any questions, please comment them down below. I do have an Instagram, so if you like to follow me and get an inside scoop before YouTube, I post the same videos on Instagram that I do on YouTube every Sunday and Wednesday. The only difference is on Sundays and Wednesdays, I post a sneak peek video on Instagram, so you know what video I'm going to post on YouTube next. So if you would like, please give me a follow on there. I'll leave the subscription down below. That being said, we'll see you on the next one. Take care.